Hi everyone, welcome back to Gracie's Garden. I'm in Florida Zone 9B, Central Florida area. And today we are going to plant some seeds, just direct sow them, and also plant this lily that I have here. A neighbor gave me this. And also plant this plant here, which is purple. I actually don't know the name of it, but it has these pretty purple flowers on it. And then two of these moonflowers. So we're going to plant two of those. And then those are some carrots. It's just a seed packet that got wet and they start to germinate in the packet. So we're going to plant those today as well. And then we're going to plant some zinnias and some crazy cosmos mix, which just has quite a few different variety of cosmos in there. So we're just going to plant them in this garden that I start here on the side of the house, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so I got the lily and the purple flower planted, and I put the carrots here. I haven't planted the moonflower. To me, it sticks in my mind that they might be a vining plant, so I'm going to do a little bit more research on it and see if they are vining or not. And then if they are, I'll probably put them closer to the fence line. I have that yellow honeysuckle there, so I don't want to put them too close together, so I'll probably put it more over this way and let it vine that way, and then have the honeysuckle vine that way. And then the azalea is not looking too good. I think it's just getting burnt by the sun, so I did order a shade cloth off of Amazon, so hopefully that will be coming soon. And then I can just attach it to the fence and maybe just come right over it to protect it a little bit. I was thinking azaleas it's native, this one is native to Florida, so should be used to the Florida heat. Might just be in shock from the planting, but I'll give it some time, and hopefully the shade cloth will help it out a little bit. So let's harvest some seeds from the devil's trumpet and the Jimson weed, which is in the angel trumpet family. All the seed pods have gone. They were green and now they're all they've turned brown, so I think they're ready to harvest. So these are the seed pods. Yeah, I think they're oh yeah, we can see all the seeds in there. They're just falling apart, so I think they were definitely ready to harvest. So the seeds from the Jimson, the seed pod itself doesn't want to come off of there, but the seeds are just pouring out of it. I'm just going to take a handful of the seeds and just let the rest drop naturally into the ground. So the Jimson seeds, they're very hard in these shells, so I think I might, oops, there goes one, but I think I might soak them for about an hour and then I'll plant them up. But the ones for the devil's trumpet, the seeds are just very flexible and dry already, so I am going to go ahead. These are these little brown seeds here. I think I can go ahead and just plant those into the pot on their own. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is unbox this plant. It says online orchard. So I purchased this off the Home Depot website. I could not find it in the store or any place local to me here in Florida that sold this plant. I'll have to say I saw it on, I grabbed a plastic knife to cut it because I couldn't find a real knife and it's not working. Oh, there it goes. But I saw this in another YouTuber's garden, and I went on the website she had mentioned, and they will ship to my area, but they don't guarantee the plant because it's not for my zone. So I just happened to be looking around on the Home Depot website, and it says zone 7 through 9. So, and I'm in zone 9. So, ooh, I don't know which way I should do this. Just a minute. Okay, I got it out. They packaged this well. It was in just a tight box. So this is, I forget the name of this plant, to be honest with you. Let's see. Okay, so it's called a 9 bark. So this is it. Kind of has a deep purpley type leaf. And here is a flower on it. But it was a gigantic plant in this lady's yard. All these become long, floppy, like branches, and I don't know, just long branches that just kind of flop over, and then the whole branch would be covered in those little white flowers and these little bunches of flowers. I just thought it was beautiful. Like I said, I found one that was for my zone. We are going to plant this up today. It is very root bound, so I want to get this in the ground right away. It didn't really come with any care instructions. It came with a brochure that's just kind of generic. It talks about all different types of plants and shrubs and things like that, but nothing really pertaining to this plant. So I did all my research online for it. So I'll show you where we're going to plant this. I had a plant that died, so we're going to put this in its place. Okay, so this is the shrub that died, and it never rooted in. I am just going to take this and put this in my compost pile, and if it takes off, it takes off. It sat in a pot for way too long, and I think that's what the problem was. So, and it's been here for about 4 or 5 months now, and it's just never done anything. So it is done with, and this is the hole we're going to plant the 9 bark in. Okay, and here we have the Arctic snowbush that I transplanted. Here's the tag for it. Arctic snowbush. It was getting way too much sun in its last location, so I transplanted it over here where it gets a lot more shade. It's been looking a little sad. At first I just was hoping it was shocked, but it just keeps getting worse. So when I did dig it out, it had a lot of new roots on it, so I'm hoping it will do well in this location. And this is the Camilla tree I got at the native plant sale a few weeks back. And then over here we have a lantana. Right here, lantana, that just kind of propagated itself or seeded itself, and it is there. So just going to let it ride out right now. It has pretty orange flowers on it, though they all seem to be not blooming right now, but last week it had orange flowers on it. So I'll just let that go and do its thing. And hopefully I can develop this area here along the fence, my neighbor's fence, with more shade plants. So this is the iceberg rose. It's been in its pot for about 5 or 6 months. So I am going to plant this where we just took out the Arctic snowbush, but I'm not going to plant it just yet. I'm going to take it in its pot, put it in that location, and see how the leaves do, to see if they burn or if it's too much sun. I know roses can handle a lot of sun, but everything seems to be burning right now because we're in a drought, and the sun is, it was 101 today. So I'm just going to try it, see how it does, and just kind of feel it out for a few days, and then I'll make a decision to plant the plant or not. Just one last look at the desert rose. It's almost done with its blooming season, but I don't know, maybe it's got a few more to go here. But at least give it a test, a trial run. And then the other thing in the rose is some kind of succulent. Looks like it's getting ready to flower. So I'm just going to let that ride as well. It's a happy hitchhiker, hopefully. Okay, so this is where it's going to go, along the fence. And let me see if I can get a picture of these butterflies. Oh, they all seem to have disappeared. Isn't that the luck with butterflies? As soon as you get your phone out, they disappear. So if that rose does well, then I'll plant this other one. And this is a Blanc Double de Colbert. So, and this one's not looking too good. I think they've just been in their pots too long. This one has a lot of thorns on it. don't know if you can see that. Just tiny little knives. But it does have some new growth happening up top here. So if that other one does well, we'll plant it next to it. So that should, hopefully they're one's a climbing rose. I don't know anything about these roses, but I hope they grow up tall and at least block out the neighbors a little bit. Okay, I thought I'd show you the plants I purchased this week. These are all bought at Lowe's and they were 50% off. So the first one is this Mandevilla. It is white and it comes in this nice pot. So very viney, so it will have the white flower. It occurred to me that I have a lot of orange and red and yellows, but I don't have any white flowers, so I thought this would be a nice addition. And they're all perfectly fine and healthy, but they had a lot of them, and I think that's why they were on clearance. The next plant was Wasabi Coleus. I've been on quite the Coleus kick lately. And look how big these leaves are. I mean, almost my whole hand. And then they've got these cute little points and just such nice little ruffling on the leaves. And these are perfectly healthy as well, but they're very tall and leggy. They're about 3 foot tall, I would say. So, and they had a lot of these as well. So I'm going to add this to my little section where I have the Coleus garden at. And the next plant was this, it was called a red bronze leaf begonia. So just beautiful flowers. And it's quite healthy, and there's like 3 plants in the bucket, so very nice. Has a little bit of damage to it. They had a lot of these as well. I think the damage is most of them being very top heavy, so they just kept falling over. Okay, so that was all that I purchased this week, just these 3 plants. Alright, I think that's going to be the end of the video. Please go ahead and hit like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. And let me just show you some pictures from the night blooming cactus. It is so beautiful. You know, only blooms at night. About 10 o'clock at night I was able to go out and see the big white flowers on it, and it was just really quite lovely. Alright, bye. See you next week. So this is where I planted the Wasabi Coleus, up here in front with all the other Coleuses. Everything's doing really well. I have some weeding to do because that's never ending, but everything's looking pretty good. Got some more down here, but I think that pop of color looks really good right there. And then, as you can see, one of the blooms on the cactus is out.